hearing our voices now.
So, as much as we're gonna exercise on tone 8, and you can ask me why we started with tone 8, which seems to be the last one, but tone 8 is the most accessible for you guys because it resembles do major, which you are used with. But we're gonna encounter other tones. In time we're gonna learn them all, but before learning them all, we're just gonna sneak our collective noses into some music that is on other tone than tone 8. Presenting anaphora. Well, and this is the litany from the beginning of the anaphora. And here we have a little writing in Greek saying ichos, meaning tone. Then we have, can you zoom in a little? Here. A letter that looks like
Q.
Q. Thank you.
But it's really
But it's not a Q.
Like the Greek alpha.
Yeah, looks very much like this one.
Good catch.
Good catch, Gordon. I don't know, how did you know that? It looks like an alpha, and you know that Greeks use letters to count, like alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and so on. In this case, alpha meaning first. So, tone first. And we see the pa here, P and alpha, pa. And there are there are 3 modes that have pa as their beginning note for the scale. Those are tone 1, tone 5, basically the plagal of tone 1, and tone 6. Tone 6, it's a chromatic one. We don't go into that yet. Tone 1 and 5 are what Western music would call minor modes, because they sound sad, then they sound melancholic. And how do I know it's a diatonic mode? Pa, and not a chromatic one? Well, I know because this little sign here that looks like a little key is called a Fthora. Now, if Aris would be here, hi Aris, he said he's gonna watch this. He'll explain better what Fthora means. Fthora means alteration. But in the same time, here Fthora is used to let me know that I'm using diatonic scale. Every note in the scale, ni, pa, bu, ga, di, ke, zo, ni, has a sign assigned to it. A sign that shows me whether it is a diatonic scale that we're going to use with containing that sound, or a chromatic scale, or an enharmonic scale. This is a Fthora. Fthora means whenever you see it applied, it changes the mode of the chant temporarily until it's reversed by another Fthora, usually the one that confirms the original mode we're chanting the song. So for example, we have those responses here, the litany here that is in first mode, diatonic pa. I can assume it's tone 1 because I do not see any PL here telling me it's plagal. That means tone 5. Don't ask me what this means, this little nose with 2 wheels under, because I don't really know, and I'm not afraid to say I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know everything. Zoom out, please. Because I see the pa here, I can assume that I should begin my chant from pa, especially because I have the iso here. And it should sound like this. Pa, ni, pa, vu, di, ga, vu, pa. Of course, the pause here, right? You gotta count that into. That, it does sound different from tone 8, right? No, 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 no. Imagine if we would have a ni here. How would it sound? Ni, zo, ni, pa, di, ga. Sorry. Ni, pa, bu, ga, di, ga, bu, pa, ni. Ni, zo, ni, pa, everything brightens up. But what it did, it just went one step back on the scale, and instead of diatonic Pa, you made it into diatonic Mi. That's how the modes work. The mode doesn't change the complexity, or the scale doesn't add much. It's about moving from a sound to another. You move the whole scale. Imagine moving everything 4 tones up, 4 steps on the scale. So instead of Mi, you have the. Mi pa bu ga di, di, ang ya, Lord have mercy. Sounds different, eh? Because you're moving. It still sounds diatonic. It can sound natural. It can also almost sound like tone 8 still, but it's different. The note that the mode has assigned as the bass note determines how the scale, how the music sounds. It's very important you take into consideration what is written here. This is the key for every single chant you will go on. Equals alpha, pa, diatonic. That's all you need to know. Sounds like tone 1. Imagine though, somebody tell me, okay, it's not written here, but you can imagine, there's a Fthora for, let's say, a chromatic mode. A Fthora that looks like, I'll write it down on the paper. It look like this. We're gonna go onFthora's next lesson, but I just want to go a little from now. This sign applied on Pa here will transform every single thing into a tone 6 chant.
Into a tone?
Tone 6 chant for the part where the Fthora is applied. And what is that? Is applied until another Fthora tells it to go back to diatonic. In the chromatic mode, how does it sound? It sounds very Oriental, Arabic. You bring the Vu very close to Pa, and you bring the Ga very close to Di. Lord have mercy. Interesting, eh? Ooh, almost spooky. Lord have mercy. Da na 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 na. Sounds nothing like diatonic. And that's because somebody thought of putting a little Fthora, a little alteration of everything that's going on after it. And this is how modes work. I wanted to speak about modes and aboutFthoras because last time we didn't have enough time to speak of this, and basically we're running out of time right now because we still have a few more chances to sing, but don't worry, we'll go through that all.Fthoras, yes.
Quick question, so is that for time, the chronos, the 88 at the
Yeah.
first second?
Yeah. That's
Metronome marking?
tempo marking, 88.
Keys
But-
per second.
Yeah. Really, I'm not gonna use that. You feel the
You
rhythm,
change
right?
your mind on the week.
You can change your mind and you let a priest setting the pace most of the time, right? I know that Father Photius, for example, on the anaphora, he sings this very slow, very slow. Would you dare using this or going even faster? Da na 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 na. For the peace of the world and for the salvation, and he goes. You don't do that discrepancy here. He's going very slow and you want to go very fast. That's another thing you have to learn to be in the same tempo with the priest. So this is only for, I don't know, orientation, but really, I'm not even looking at that. Let's sing it. The folks from Antiochian Church, they don't know this even with their eyes closed, so we should have more luck with it. Oh, let's sing the scale first. The scale of Pa. Same, like instead of doing Ni pa vuga di ke zo ni, we go Ni pa, and we go to all the way to the upper Pa. Pa vuga di ke zo ni pa. And up. How did that sound to you?
Way off.
Really forced, eh?
Yeah.
Na 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 na. Panizoke. Interesting word. Panizoke. Another thing we have to speak about is the natural attraction of the sounds. And a good example is the music that we just did before. Lord, I have cried to you. And take the first passage here. Lord, I have cried to you, hear me. And I want you to open your ears and hear me, that music on those words there. You know what? You sing it. Let's see how you do it actually. Me, Lord. All together. Lord, I have cried to you. Listen. Hear me. How was that zo? Kezo kedi. How was it? Was closer to ke or closer to ni? Because that zo is mobile, right? Well,
So it's closer to K.
Yeah.
it's closer to ke. You know why? Because it's closer to the note. Bring on the. It's closer to the note that you see here. It almost wanted to go to ni, but it didn't get there. So ni, you cannot see it as a dominant pole of this part of the chant. Instead, it only had enough steam to go to D. So that means my mobile note there wouldn't go close to ni because we didn't get to ni. There's no ni here, but there's a D. So I keep it closer to D. This is the theory, but in time it should come naturally to you. Remember when we just say the scale of Pa? Pa, ni, zo, ke, and some people said Pa, ni, zo, ke, and other people said Pa, pa, vuga, di, ke, zo, ni, pa, pa, ni, zo. That zo was very close to ke. Why? Because we were going down. Everything was going down, including that zo. Pa, ni, zo, ke. Instead of pa, ni, zo, which doesn't sound very
Even
natural
was
to me.
lower.
Yeah, because everything converges to the point. It has like a gravitational effect on the notes. So that attraction that you will notice inside the chants, it should come naturally. But if it doesn't come naturally because you're basically still thinking in Western music, well, you kind of need to apply it. Let's not say it forcefully, but willingly.
So which of the notes in the diatonic scale can shift with attraction and which cannot?
You tell me.
Could it be all of them depending on the phrase?
It can be ga, it can be pa.
Okay,
That's what I wanted to say. It can be any note and you can use lots of techniques for that. One of them is glissando.
Is what?
Glissando. Who knows what glissando means?
Like skating, gliss is to glide.
Instead of dum pum 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 pum, oh, let your voice ski down the hill towards the not where it's going. So, if I don't have that attraction, natural attraction law on the notes here, it should sound like this. Very, very strange. Lord, I have cried to you, hear me. Does it sound sweet anymore? Doesn't sound like tone 8 anymore. It sounds very much like Gregorian Western music. Tam 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 pam. No, it's very smooth. It respects the natural flow of music. Lord, I have cried. Even this one doesn't want to go towards ni and wants to stick with D, because all this passage converges to D. Listen. Ga di 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 ga. I have to go down. Ga. How about this one? Ga vu. Okay, nobody's gonna stop it to go to vu, but you can sweeten up that thing like this. Lord, I have cried to. You could barely hear it. Cry to you, hear me. It's a very sweet music, like honey. Cry.
Not quite the top of the note.
Exactly.
You come underneath it a little bit.
You can
Right?
you can sing that D here. Nobody's gonna stop you to sing here to make it nice and clear.
Mm-hmm.
But in the same time, based on the natural attraction that we look for when we're going down to ni, this note here, you take it very slowly. That's why you have to learn those neumes really, really nice. Every single one of them is subject to a different attraction. They were attracted to D. Everything was going, rotating towards this gravitational center, and suddenly it stopped. It went to ni. The same thing happens here. This may look like a very concise and simple sheet. It is not, because you can discover so many things that can apply to what we have to learn today. Hear me, oh. It becomes heavy. We see the volume. Lord. You let it to vibrate there. And then we start again. It's like a pulsation. Da, 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 da. What note is this one? It's a zo. And zo is the black sheep of the diatonic scale of mi. Lord, I have cried to you, hear me. Even if I have the psiphis tone, which allows me to touch the mi, I still cannot say that I reach ni, because this is still zo, right? And it can sound like Lord, ga di nizoke. Nizoke. But this zo has a little sign on it. This is the what?
Fthora?
You can call it a Fthora, yes. It's a little alteration. So it's not a dynamic sign or an ornament sign, it's a Fthora. We know it by the name Ephes, which is very much like flat. It's a flat. You can call it a flat. So you don't put so many words, new words into your notebooks. It is a flat. It shows me, it emphasizes the fact that that zo has to be flattened. So it doesn't sound very close to ni. Like, ga di zo. It just pops there, and you don't want that. Imagine hearing this in the church. Hear me, O Lord. Or nice and good until now. And then you have somebody singing, Lord, I have cried to.
Sounds like our church. Sounds nice.
Like opera. Like you go on stage. Like
No,
opera.
it just,
It's
it's a big
exaggerated.
belly that explodes there, and you don't want that. And look at the ink, for God's sake. It's red.
It's dramatic.
It's red. Somebody bought red ink for that.
Don't yell.
So you have to respect that. It's a flat zo, even if it has a pseudo. The pseudo is here because you have some signs that go down after, you know, and you can apply it. It sounds even beautiful, even with the flat zo. Lord, I have cried, no, big difference. Eh? Cry to you, but leave it up to the experts. Lord, I have. You barely touch the pa here. Cation, or vu. Sorry, it's a vu. Cation. When I cry to you, and again, it wants to go down to me. Hear me, O Lord. That's a thing that you will have to constantly apply and remember and apply to your chanting all the time. It's a thing that is, Latin had a word, sine qua non, which means you cannot do it without it. Otherwise it's gonna sound strange, it's gonna sound alien, it's gonna sound nothing like Byzantine music. It's gonna sound Gregorian, it's gonna sound exotic, but not Byzantine. Back to anaphora. Ni pa. Same attraction laws apply here too. For example, Lord have mercy. The last note of the Poroi. Do you think it's sprinting towards Ke? I don't think so. It still wants to go down to Pa. This is a music that wants stability, that wants to be grounded. So when you're chanting, Lord have mercy, you might say, okay, but this is Ani Pavu Digavu. And you have to hear that vu because in your mind is Pa Vu Ga Di Ke, and every note has a place on the scale, of course. But the music doesn't work like that. You don't need that vu to be vu in the place it was nailed on the scale. That vu wants to go to meet its end on Pa. It's like a river going to the sea, and the more it goes down, the faster it wants to go and meet the sea. Ani Pa Vu. And listen, what difference from this vu and this vu here? Ani Pa Vu Diga Vu Pa. That vu Pa. Those are, you could call them small things, but those small things make the difference between a music that struggles to be identified as Byzantine music and an authentic music that is easily recognizable by anyone, not a trained ear, but anyone in the church as prayer-like music. Let's sing it. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Interesting. Now, you still feel like it was still Pa, the gravitational center here. It was still Pa. Those are not dominant. But we come to this one and we see here a K. And K by all means, it's Pa and K in the scale. The most important one after Pa is K. Pa bugadi, ke zodi, ke zoni zo ke. I'm sorry. Okay. Ke zodi, ke zo, pa ni zo ke. And everything wants to go to K. Everything spins around K. I'm speaking so much about this law because without it, it's gonna sound like how this sounded the very first time we sang it. Try to sweeten up everything with the idea that everything converges towards the gravitational center of the music. Okay. Let's sing this one. Lord have mercy. And the last one. Lord have mercy. Different story, eh? No. Do.
How low should we go on that knee? Probably not all the way down.
There are exceptions to every rule,
Yeah.
but you have to feel it. Like in this case, if you would keep the knee very close to Pa, because of course Pa is the boss here, it wouldn't sound the same. Ke digavu pa, ni digavu pa. It didn't sound nice, right? So by comparison, okay, it didn't sound nice if I want to bring it close to Pa. What if I just go to Ni? So I take into consideration the whole idea of the flow here going down. And Ni here emphasize that lowering of the voice. Lord have. Also, it reminds me about the specific ending of the chants in this tone. Do. Remember? Do. I think in the mind of Ignatius Kalamaris or whoever even made this. Nicolaitis. Anyway. Are you sure?
It's adapted
Swear it was Ignatius. Anyway. In his mind, I'm pretty sure he was thinking about the end of a chant. Da na 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 na, da na na na. You want to bring it to the end because it's the last. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Next. Beautiful. Let's start from number one altogether. Re again. Re. It's so quick. Look at my hand. This, O Lord. Another thing that I would like to point out. See, now we're filling the gaps here because some things I left unexplained last time. What is this? The gorgon. Good. What is this? No. The little point here. Appli. What could an appli and a digorgon do together? Strange marriage, eh?
Still something there.
Interesting. So in the whole formula here, so the digorgon encompasses how many notes? Three, which are 1, 2, and 3. Those notes are influenced by the digorgon. And then I see an appli here. You see? 1, 2, and 3. Oh, Jesus.
So, sorry, I didn't know how.
I felt like the TV was coming down on me. Good one. So that point actually can stay also here and also here. It has 3 positions on the digorgon. 1, 2, and 3. And wherever it's put, that tells you the note here, it's a bit longer than the others.
Because of appli.
This position suggests me that this note, the first one of the 3,
Ah.
it's a bit longer than the other 2.
Oh, Lord.
Tum tararam, pum pa pa pum.
That's easy.
Then, if I have the appli here, that means the middle note would be a bit longer than the other 2, and it sounds like taram pa pum pa pum pa pum. And if I have it here, that means the last note of the formula here would be longer. Ta 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 tam, ta ta pam pam. Of course, those are only theoretical things. The only instance you will find the appli on the digorgon 99.99% is here. And showing you that it has to be a little jump in the music, such as grant this, oh Lord, ram para pam, instead of oh, like a piolet, like a perfect piolet in music. This makes it more rhythmic. Da 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 da, instead of da 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 da. It's, for me, I wouldn't even use what we in Western music would call piolet in Byzantine music, because it sounds totally strange. It'll sound like this. Grant this, oh, pop, pop. I cannot even do it. Instead, it makes it more rhythmic, and it sounds like grant this, oh Lord, with like a little dancer. The same here and here, everything. Zoom out, please.
Yeah.
Man, it did scare me good. I really had the feeling that the TV was coming on.
Yeah.
Painting your face.
Optical illusion.
Yeah. Let's start from 1 and go with everything. Grant this, O Lord. Grant this, O Lord. Grant this, O Lord. Remember, we're attracted to thee. So we're not going closer to K, to reach K. K, D, or reaching K, D, K, zo, ni, zo, K, D, re, this, instead of this. It sounds strange. We don't do that alteration. We keep it closer to D. Re, this, O Lord. Same, D. Grant this, O Lord. Grant this, O Lord. Grant this, O Lord. Most holy. Most holy Theotokos, save us to thee, O Lord. Thank you. Let's see this one here, the Politikion for the Holy Prophet Elias, or Elijah. you might think, why did we go into Phthoras today, and it's like you're so little, fewer people today. Why did we go into this? Scroll a little higher, please.
Sorry?
If you can scroll a little higher. Yeah, thank you. When we go into Fthora today and touch base with this subject, because this chant shows me another Fthora. Can you see it here?
Watch out.
Not gonna trick me anymore. Kind of similar to this one, eh? Almost.
It is different.
And it's different, of course.
Yeah.
Zoom out, please.
What did you say?
What do we see here? Ihos. This looks like a delta.
That's,
Yeah.
Delta, in Greek language, it's a letter that looks like a little cherry here. Like a handwritten D. And this is just like a stylization of it. It's a D with a longer tail. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ihos, or tone, 4.
4.
Then it shows me, because tone 4, when you're gonna get to it, it's gonna be a little of a headache, because there are like 3 of them. Legetos, agia, vinoraki, and all these. Shows me the. Now, remember I said that tone 4, it's a diatonic one. Then why do I see a chromatic Fthora here? Oh, truth be said, I don't know, but I know I have to sing in soft chromatic, it's called, like chromatic mode. Which means that my D, the D, will have the K, the note above it, very close to it. It acts somehow on the note above it and closes, pushing it closer to him. So like this. D, K, D, very, very slow. D, K, D. And everything, every K here should be closer to the than in diatonic. That's what this Fthora, this alteration tells me. In time, you'll have to learn them all. But don't worry, there aren't that many. So, if I have the here, and I have an elafron here, that means we're going to start on Vu, correct. And the chant, I'm going to sing it to you once. Paralahi. Look on the paper. Vu, di, 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 ke, di, di. Did you hear that ke? Di, di, ke, di. Instead of Vu, di, 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 ke, di, ke, di, ke, di, ke, di, ke, di. Yeah, K is very close to D. Vu, di, 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 ke, di, di, vu, ga, di, ke, di, ga, vu. Vu, di, 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 ke, di, di, vu, ga, ga, di, ke, ga, di, ke, zo, ke, di, ga, vu. Zo, zo, ke, di, vu, ga, di, ga, ke, di. Zo, zo, ke, zo, sorry. Zo, zo, ke, di, vu, ga, di, di, ga, vu. Vu, ga, vu, ga, di, vu, ga, di, zo, ke, di, ga, vu. Interesting, it has another color. That's why it's called chromatic. Chroma means color in Greek. It's an aesthetic thing to say a color of music. Not many people can see color of the music. Yes, they call it, it has another color. And rightfully so. For me, it has another perfume, I would like to say.
Is this the one you said it sounds like Arabic?
Yes, yes. And as I will sing it on words now, you can feel the difference between what diatonic means and what chromatic means. I have no doubt you heard chromatic chant before. That's no stranger to you. Let's listen to this one. This is tone 4, fourth mode, but it's chromatic, soft chromatic more specifically. The incarnate angel and the prophets submit and boast, the second forerunner of the coming of Christ our God, Elias the glorious. From above send down his grace upon Eliseus. He doth cast out sickness, and doth also cleanse lepers. And unto all that honor him, he poureth forth streams of cures. Curse. How did it sound to you? Different, first of all, right? It doesn't sound diatonic at all. Whoa! Here's the time.
8:15?
8:15. 5 more minutes. Or as much as you want, basically. Let's sing it all together for whoever wants to sing it with me. We're gonna sing it slower.
Can we sing Elijah in the third line? And then, as it is written, Eliseus.
Elias.
So how do you want to?
Elijah on
Elias.
the third line.
So not Elias?
No.
We need to make that decision, and we need to be consistent if that's the case.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just going by what we've always done.
What have we always
It's
done?
hard,
I
it's-
don't actually know what we've always done.
What we've always
I'd
said,
like
Elijah.
also to sing Elijah, to be fair, because it's a stronger letter and yeah, it gives a bit of a stamp there.
Okay. And do you normally do Eliseus or Elisha?
It's too hard to change it, so we'll just do Eliseus and then explain to people later. If anybody asks, who's Eliseus?
Well, that's a good point. People know mostly about prophet Elijah, right? So why wouldn't say Elijah then?
It's also confusing, right?
Yeah.
At
I
least-
mean, the Greeks can say Elias because it's very close to what they know. Agios prophetis Elias. But for English speakers, Elijah
Do we
makes
say
more sense.
Elias in English or do we say Elias? I don't know.
Neither.
We say Elias.
Yeah, I was gonna, wait, yeah, I'm used to Elias, not Elias, so I'm,
Elias.
Why there's a difference?
yeah, that's
But
what, I
it's
don't
okay.
think there is a standard.
No, I
won't
It's like,
say
unless you guys have done something, you
Elias.
did something consistent in the
I'll
past.
find the
Yeah,
name.
okay, it's Elijah.
Okay.
And Elisha, if you can make it work. Elisha,
Elisha now.
Eliseus, yeah.
Elias, I see here.
No, the next one, no.
Ignatius, okay, same. Fourth line, end of the fourth line, very end.
Oh, Eliseus, yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's sing it together as it is written here, and we'll decide later if
okay.
Okay.
what we can do. Let's sing Di Kezoni Zokedi with the K altered by the Fthora there. Di Kezoni Zokedi. Naturally, if K is closer to the, that means there's a greater distance between K and Zo. That's why this sounds like Di Kezoni.
So does the zo play around in the soft
Mizo. No,
It just, so it's not like the diatonic, it stays. a
try
little-
it.
Yeah,
Nizokedi, Nizokedi. It's the same. It's the K that's altered.
It's not. It's okay.
What?
Okay. In like the other.
yeah. So diatonic zo and soft chromatic zo are not, they don't behave the same way.
No.
Yeah.
The modification here is on the K. That's very important to remember. That's why it's called soft chromatic, because it only affects K. Di che di gavugadi, the incarnate. Okay. The incarnate angel and the prophets summit and boast. The second forerunner of the coming of Christ our God, Elias the glorious, Vugadikezo, from above send down his grace. Now I have to point out, because I noticed here and here, you know the rule that if I have the from here and the apostrophos in front of it, that means the apostrophos here and this goes into one beat and it only goes down one. But this is not the case. They should have put a bigger gap here, as it should be like the exception, you know? Like, for example, if you really want to use the elafron after an apostrophos to go down to no, 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 which is very common in this mode, then the exception is shown by leaving a gap between the apostrophos and elafron. Okay?
Sorry.
Boom. And that gap isn't present there. But we'll do what we can do, and we will forgive them for this. For now. Yeah, this is it. So it should sound like this. From above send down his grace. No stopping, okay? Beat, beat, beat. Not 2 notes on a beat. From above send down his grace upon Eliseus. He doth cast us in the same thing, and doth also cleanse lepers. In practice, you don't sleep on this class. Lepers. You could do it here, but in practice, this one acts like an ornament. Like, also cleans lepers, or lepers. You just do a little dance there. Da, da. Remember, this is a music that moves. And I remember Adrian Serwood, my former teacher, and the guy that conducts the choir Byzantine. I was doing the same thing. And he's like, and do you really intend to sleep on that class? That's what he told me. And I remember that from like 15 years ago. And doth also cleanse lepers. It sounds better, right?
Yes.
And unto all that honor him, he poureth forth streams of cures. How do you pronounce this?
Cures.
Cures, right? And let's go very, very fast on the Theotokion.
Do we have this in Romanian or not?
The
Like the tropar?
Da, este și în română.
La
știu.
fel? La fel?
Starting from this. It's easy, the easy stuff.
This is at the end of the Vespers. And guess what?
I understand.
You have exactly the same setting here. The same Fthora. Just tone 4, yet you're singing chromatic. That's okay. I'm gonna sing it once for you. That's how I usually take the tone here. Divulgadicedi. the mystery which was hidden from everlasting and was unknown of the angels, O Theotokos, was revealed through thee to those who dwell upon earth, in that God having become incarnate, in unconfused union of his own goodwill, accepted the cross for our sake, whereby he raised again the first created, and has saved our souls from death. All right. I know this is too hard for you for now. So don't worry about it. I will be there singing with whoever attends that Vesper. And for the rest of the chants, we'll do that. Or we can read. Nobody minds reading. Some people even likes it more when they could actually hear the word properly instead of some struggling guy that wants to sing and he really wants to sing and he messes it up. But we won't mess up, don't worry. And also, we will prepare which glass of light do you want to do?
Your call, you're the teacher. If this is educational, choose one.
Do you want to do the one that we learned on tone 8? Or do you want to do what Antiochian Church does on tone 2nd?
I think we're doing a different Oh Lord I have cried. Let's do something new for our glass and light.
So,
What
Tone
week
8?
is this?
Look,
Sunday.
Sunday. We have, sorry?
Yes.
Stone 6.
Yeah, but we won't use that. So on Sunday, we will be part of the Vesper here in town of the other church, St. Ignatius.
Do we know what time it's at? I don't know what time the Vespers is.
What time? Well, Father Jason told me between 2 and 3.
Okay.
So depending after the blessing, the cars are done.
Well,
that's-
yeah, the barbecue.
During the soccer game.
Yeah. Yesterday I told you after the blessing of the cats instead of cars.
I will not be there, sorry.
You'll not be there?
No, it's a birthday party in my family.
I see.
I will miss the Vespers.
It's gonna be you and me, dude.
I'll be there.
Great. I'll be out of town.
And Gordon.
Trent, are we there?
This
You'll
is
be there,
second
Gordon?
morning.
Nice.
All right. That being said, there are many interesting things that were explained today, and I'll put them down because there are so many. I'll put them down and have them learn them on written word better.
Yeah, that was interesting.
It is. Questions, please.
Oh, there was a sign here. Under 6. 2 times. So,
Yeah. Just showing the signs here. This is called the martyria. Another thing that
oh,
maybe martyria. In Romanian it's called marturie. Why? Martyria, I'm not sure where that word comes from.
testimony.
In Romanian it's translated as statement. Marturie, statement.
It's giving your testimony, your witness.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's a witness. It gives me what? The note where I'm at and the scale or the note that I'm using. So for example, this shows me delta, that means the, and this shows me chromatic. This is the chromatic Fthora of the. So basically, each martyria here tells me the mode that follows. Right? Because sometimes, interestingly enough, if you have Wu, and another Fthora here. A Fthora that it's, instead of chromatic, is diatonic, and okay, that means whatever follows is changed to a diatonic scale, on a diatonic mode. That was what she asked. About Fthora, there's gonna be a separate lesson, and it's gonna be a good one. But one that I'm really looking forward to, it's ethos. It's gonna be one that's gonna be deeply philosophical, because without ethos, I don't think we can actually sing a proper Byzantine music.
That line with the slash is underneath the.
This one?
No, right above.
No.
This one?
Yes.
Somalon.
Iparon.
Omalon. It's just another way of writing it.
Oh, okay.
So, it acts on this one. So it acts on this one, not on the cantemata, of course. Just doing a little wave there. Anything else?
Thank you.
No questions?
What was the epicament that you used when you started this?
Right.
Did you go up as far high as
The
O?
Pekema. All right. That's another thing I'd like to tell you. It doesn't matter which one you use. I don't use them. I have them in my head. I sometimes, there's one chanter and two people in the church, and he wants to do the big Pekema, and goes like that, and it's like, come on, buddy. It's just two people in the church. Just do it well. It's not like you have a big choir and there are 1,000 people in Hagia Sophia and they need to understand and sing together with the great hypostasis here. No, you just take your sounds so you can get into the proper mode. For me, I took the D. It could only be D, and I'm there. It tells me it's D and K altered and back to D. And I can sing. It gave me everything that I pick. But for specific modes, there are, let's call them official apechimas. Like for example, for hard chromatic 2, let me see 4. It's neones, neones. For tone ones, onones. For agia, agion, or longer, agion, whatever you want. For tonate, neagie, and that little apechema, the calling of the tone, gives you everything for you to sing in that mode. But what I use here, I don't remember what I did use, but usually I do and I have everything there. You take whatever it helps you, especially when you're alone, to sing that. When we chant Saint Ignatius, maybe you notice that I don't really go into big apechimas, but I do sometimes give the sound of like the beginning sound. Amen. That Amen actually works very much for us. Amen, which is very similar to Anones. That being said, thank you for attending,
Thank you.
and I see you, I hope, as many of you, Sunday.
To the United States to put pressure on Turkey.